Welcome everybody to Papapreneur Show. This is season number 2, and we're keeping our promise of changing the paradigm of fatherhood one interview at a time. This podcast is produced by Family Filmmaker. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 17 of Papapreneur Show. We are really excited to have you here today with us, and this is going to be a very special episode tonight. The reason is there's a lot of questions out there about what's going on, and you guys are about to find out. So without further ado, let's get this conversation started. So, couple of announcements. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. Why is that? Because you're going to get notifications every time we go live. You will be receiving also notifications on every time Family Filmmaker goes live for other things that are not the Papapreneur Show. And we can keep connected that way. So with that in mind, hi Grisel, welcome to the show. With that in mind, we welcome everybody, first-time visitors, the fans of the show. Let me just move these over here. There you go. That's where the comments are going to be. So how are you guys doing today? Today's show is going to be super special, and we need to remind you that this show is produced by Family Filmmaker. And Family Filmmaker is our video production company providing with service in English and Spanish across the province of Alberta and now worldwide. And why is that? Because we can. So what we do is we meet with our potential clients. We go over what we call a discovery call over Zoom or Google Meet or any other platform of your preference, and we discover how can we make your idea a reality. Now, I know you guys are eager to hear about the topic for this week, because I purposefully did not disclose it all at once. So if you're catching this on a replay, you can watch us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram. We're everywhere, and you can use the hashtag Papapreneur Show to find us in case you are new to the show. Now, the questions have been going around and around for the last couple of weeks because our other show, Inspire Motherhood, started to give the news that we are traveling, and we're going to be traveling very soon. As soon as the snow starts to melt, we're going to... But important thing for you, if you're our customer, if you're our client, our friend, you know that we're going to be here for you regardless, because one of the things that we do is that we specialize in virtual production and remote production. So if we have a production going on, rest assured everything is being taken care of. I can tell you all the details later because we are making sure that our internet connection is going to be powerful enough to keep doing what we're doing. Hey Daniel, greetings, our neighbor here, another fellow photographer and videographer here in the Southwest area here in Calgary. So things are going to be exciting today. I have prepared a couple of segments for you to enjoy with us. And I am so happy that Grisel is tuning in, Lina is tuning in, Daniel is also tuning in. Let me see if I can bring up one of the graphics here, because we need to make sure that everything is in place. 1 second here. Well, we pull another window. You guys should see how many windows we work with here when we're behind the control panel for the broadcast to be a success. So I'm gonna just move this over here. Let's go here. And then there you go. That's what I wanted to see. Hola Silvia, ¿cómo estás? So please, since the show just started, comment on the chat box below from which city are you tuning in, and we will get this party started right now. So the question has been going on about whereabouts are we traveling. We're going to be traveling first to the Western Canada. So we're going to be hitting British Columbia, and we're going to be touring pretty much the island of Vancouver, right? So Vancouver Island is going to be our first stop. Silvia just tuned in, and she's one of the ones that inspired the topic for this episode. So because of I was not feeling, how can I say this? I wasn't feeling all right for the last week, and I had a very terrible lower back pain, so I couldn't even have my regular episode on Thursday last week. I felt kind of, I missed my show, right? Because I've been doing this for like 30 or 40 episodes already, so this is super exciting. And I like to connect with you guys every Thursday live. And if you cannot make it live, you can see the replay, as I mentioned before, in any other of our social media platforms. Also, if you are driving constantly, you might want to get a hold of the show via Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor FM. And if you want to find all of those links, I just put link right at the bottom here, this orange line running. Watch previous episodes, linktr.ee/papapreneur show. So that's the way that you can go and find us if you haven't done it already. So yes, Grisel, I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm watching my posture. I'm sitting straight up. I'm not slouching like I was doing on previous days. And I'm taking my medication. I'm having a little bit more of rest because, as my beautiful wife says, I tend to be always on the go. And it catches up with you, you know? So at some point, your body says, Ivan, have some rest. So that's what that's what I'm doing. Since Grisel is here, and I'm so happy for all of you, all of the viewers making this possible, I want to tell you that I'm going to show you a very quick clip that I made earlier today because we are selling a bunch of stuff. So this clip is like, 3 minutes long, and it's our special reporter from Cougar Ridge in Calgary, Alberta. So let me just call him. Wait a bit. Where are you? There you go. Ivan here with Family Filmmaker, and today at Papapreneur Show we're gonna do things a little bit different. So tonight we're gonna be showing you all of the stuff that we're getting rid of because we're downsizing big time, and we're preparing this trip in the biggest way possible. We're getting rid of some stuff, we're donating some others, we're selling some others, so stay tuned. Preparing for moving out is one thing, and preparing to be on the road is a completely different game. So behind me you see some of the things that are giving me a little bit of thoughts or thinking about what am I gonna do with our bikes. So there's a classic one here that I'm not sure that I want to get rid of because it rides so good. But being here in Alberta where the weather goes like this so often, 7-8 months of the year, it's basically, well, collecting dust for many years. Now, having said that, I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my mountain bike. I just bought it last year. It's secondhand and it's really old, but I like it very much and it has all the gears that I need. The other thing that I was going to tell you is that, man, I need to sell this stuff. So I have a double stroller from the time that we had a day home. So that's put for sale on Facebook Marketplace. So it has all the pieces and also comes with this piece of technology. So this is called a glider or a glide board, I don't know. And this is meant for the kids to go standing if they get bored of being sitting on the stroller. Now, I have a bike here for kids, and I'm giving it for free because it has no saddle, and I couldn't put the saddle back. That's a freebie in case you have like a summer project, or you know of a place where they are taking donations. The other thing that I didn't want to get rid of, but it's time to say goodbye, is my working desk. So I brought it to the garage. It's in perfect condition, and it has like double height here. If you want to check it out on Marketplace, let me know. I will send you the link. I'm also selling my Alexa for only $25. Christmas tree. There's no way we can fit our Christmas tree in the trailer, so we're gonna be surrounded by nature. So I guess our Christmas is going to be with real trees, and we're not cutting any trees down, so don't worry about that. This Christmas tree is for sale. I can show you the pictures later. And then this is a mystery here. This is children's apparel, clothes, boots, sweaters, you name it. We don't know what are we gonna do with it, because we were just rotating from the clothes that Nicholas was outgrowing, and then the baby was using it, so Sebastian is now too. This piece of gear here we just bought recently, and we're gonna need it for our trip. So this is a generator. This one is not for sale. And then, well, finding out what's gonna happen with all of the other things on top, like I guess the paint buckets are gonna stay there because they belong to the house. There is a car seat up there, which is still in good shape and in good condition. So if you are interested, let me know. We're taking the coolers with us, of course, because we're gonna need them for the road. Christmas decorations, I have no clue what's gonna happen. So this, how do you call this? These beans here contains all camping gear. This was Nico's handwriting. So camping gear we're taking with us, so I'm not too worried about those. Only thing we're giving away is a coffee maker. So coffee maker is for Tia Grisel. Tia Grisel is watching our show tonight, so hi, how are you? And then couple of sport items, our skateboards. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. If you know of somebody that can use a skateboard, let me know. We have tons and tons of shelving units, shelvings of all colors and sizes. So the tiny little ones to the bigger ones, with brackets, without the brackets. Man, it's unbelievable how much stuff we hoard over time. It's unbelievable. Now, here there are some tools that I'm going to give away to my friends that are good with woodworking. For example, a 10 inches saw. How do you call the circle one? Like, I don't know. I don't even know the proper name, but it's there. So I might have a clue of who am I giving it to. We also have another stroller here. This one is City Select, in good working condition, and it's also posted. And this one, we're almost getting to the end of the tour. This one is a water table. It's upside down because I don't want to accumulate water in it while it's winter time, but somebody made an offer for it, so they're gonna come and pick it up soon. I just piled up here one of our last patio sets that are available, and I believe my uncle wants it, so I'm not gonna put it for sale. And yeah, that's it. So we're gonna get rid of all of this stuff very, very soon, in the next couple of weeks. Whew. So leave a comment down below with what you think about this crazy tour, and this is only the garage. There are more boxes coming full of toys, full of children apparel, and a lot of things that we're not gonna be needing in our trip. So back to you. So that's me reporting to myself. I just recorded that earlier today, and I thought it was funny because, you know, we're doing so many things at the same time, right? So speaking of which, as I speak, I'm listening to all the audio levels and make sure that everything is, you know, pretty good. And that's one of the things that we normally do when we work as remote producers. So that answers the question of what am I going to be doing for the family filmmaker business while I'm away. And it's pretty much the same. The only difference is I need to, downsize. Hence all of the items for sale. So we're selling stuff from the time we had a day home. We, you see, I'm getting some bits for the bicycle. Right on. That's a sweet bicycle. I wish I wouldn't have to sell it. Speaking about the business, how am I going to do with the business? Because when people that cares about me and our family asks us all the questions, they want to know how we're going to make it possible. And the answer is making things simpler, if that's possible. So I'm downsizing, but operation wise, it's going to be top notch. So we're gathering some information to get the best internet possible while we're on the road. We're also designing like a routine to reward ourselves after days of work and then going for, rides or hiking or all the stuff that you can do when you're camping. So it's a lot of work. And that's why I decided to put this episode together, because I'm going to watch this episode later and hopefully you can do it too. And if you know somebody that is about to embark in an adventure similar to this, please share this link, share this video with them, share the show, and talk to them about the possibilities. Because at the end of the road, this is what happens when we put our minds to it and we try to conquer the things that we want to do. The first step is think about it and take action. So we've been talking about this since season 1. We are more than probably 10 months in from the first episode. So it's been a very, very, rewarding experience getting to know people through the show and telling them about what we do. So in case you are not familiar with one of the services that we provide besides the remote production, is we are consultants. So what does a consultant do? What we do is assess the situation that you may have, and then we help you connect the dots. Say, for example, that you have an idea of launching a show. And you know that you want to go either in Spanish or English, and you want to go once a week, for example, and you have certain idea of the things that you want to talk about, the topics, but you're not very sure about how to make it possible. So normally, people will come to us and ask us about whether filming or editing or things that they are considering that they're not going to be able to do by themselves. But there's a lot of other questions that we help you narrow down until you have a solid concept, because it makes no sense to have a show without a concept or even a brand without a concept. So even before we start filming, we make a plan with you. We walk holding hands in the process, if you will, to make it possible. And that's what consulting is about in terms of communications, and we can help you also with all the live transmission, the channels that you want to reach through, the kind of audience that you want to put your message through, and that sort of things. So I'm gonna go a little bit for some comments. Because, I mentioned about the photos on the items that are going to be put for sale. Some of them are asking to have pictures sent, so I will do that for sure, absolutely. Tenchi, love you, sweetheart. Go, entrepreneurs, go. So, yes, that's one of the things that we're doing. We are encouraging other people to pursue what they want to do, and nothing is best than leading by example. So humbly, we don't have all the answers, but we're figuring it out, and we're going to be documenting every part of the process. Hence the importance of this episode today. So Lina Acacio, my fan number 1, Mom, I love you with all my heart. E. And then Tenchi's saying here, tell them about our team of camera people who stay here in Calgary. So this is a very important part of our operation. So we've been touching bases with professionals that have worked with us in some capacity. And one of the things that we can do is film in advance for all the episodes that can be filmed that are subject to, how do you say that? Like cold contents that are not related to the hot topics on the social media agenda. And then the things that are subject to, the latest updates and whatnot, we can also have a crew for you available to do the filming on site, and then we will handle the post-production and the editing remotely. Again, that's one of the things that we are trying to really fine-tune to make sure all operation keeps top-notch. We're still on our A game, and we're so excited because we get to do what we love to do while we travel. And the reason for this travel, again, is stay together as a family, giving our kids a different experience, getting to know this beautiful country we call home, which is Canada. And yes, Grisel is saying hi. Mom is saying nice and cheers and applause. Thank you very much. I'm so happy with this episode. I didn't thought I was gonna do it so fast. I wanted to do it at the end of season 2, and we're kind of 3 episodes shy from the end of season 2. But yes, we were not feeling okay, and then we had this pause, this surprise pause because we didn't have an episode last week. So that's what motivated us to do it this way. Yes, so many of you have asked about the origins of this adventure, and I believe my beautiful wife is suggesting me to show you guys a piece of information that you might not know, because right before the pandemic and the lockdown hit in, I believe that was March, right? So by February 2020, sorry, I just got distracted. My tocayo Ivan is saying, I'm training hard to join your team as a drone pilot, my tocayo. So he's right now in Mexico and coming back as soon as the borders open again. So yes, I'm counting on that. So let's talk about that. What I was going to say is I brought you guys a piece of information that you might not know. February 2020, we had this crazy dream of going camping every weekend, right? So many of our friends here locally in Calgary are doing something that is called overlanding. And for us, overlanding was a concept that was a little bit far from our comfort zone. We tried it a couple of times. We don't have a vehicle that is prepared for that, so there's a lot of considerations on that regard. But what I wanted to show you, hi Marucha, good evening, how are you, my friend? What I wanted to show you is the pictures from that time, because I have them right here for you. Let's see if we can jump to this. And this is what we were looking at back then. This tiny little device here is nothing but a trailer that you can collapse, and it has a bunch of features, but still it was a small thing. So it was not something that we could have used for the kind of activity that we want to put together right now, right? So that's Tenchi right there talking to a sales guy. He's trying to convince her that we are, about to make a purchase. So let's see what other things we have here. We have, let's see, how about this one? So that's Nico right there. So Nico was little, you see, he's now 6. Only a year before he was, I don't know, like 2 20 centimeters shorter. So we were watching all of these vehicles and we were thinking like, wow, how are we gonna do it? So for you guys, all the viewers, all my family members that are watching, and all the new visitors to the show, please keep in mind, please, your dreams are the fuel to your life. So trust your dreams, because that's the only way that you're gonna get where you want to go, right? So this is Nico sitting at the front of a Mercedes-Benz Class A bus, and this bus, man, it was like $1 gazillion. I can't remember the price. If you guys are knowledgeable on this, you will know what I'm talking about. So only because it's a Class A, it's even well, crazy expensive, and those tents scare me a little bit. I feel the bear will come to eat me. Yes, exactly. I had the same feeling. So Tenchi and I soon realized that we wanted to have what they call a rooftop tent. So those rooftop tents are in the top of your vehicle, and it's a little bit more difficult for wildlife to get you. Nonetheless, right? It's still a thing to worry about. But anyhow, let me see what other pictures I do have here. This one you already saw. How about, oh, this one you already saw. Oh, I thought I had one more. How about this one? So, here's Tenchi telling me the price of the unit. The Mercedes-Benz unit that I was showing you before is around 150,000 Canadian dollars. So, wow, right? Then, during that show, we thought, how can we make it possible? And then we kind of left the idea to, how do you say that? To marinate, if you will. We put the idea in pause and we started thinking, how can we make it possible? And yeah, way cheaper than the actual house. Well, yes, you're right. That's absolutely right. And the other thing is, when you are putting your dreams together, find a way to make them sustainable. That's why I've spent majority of the time of the show today telling you the considerations and the tricks and the thoughts behind the idea of going in this kind of trip. You need to make it sustainable, and you need to be able to keep producing income. So keep the money coming your way. So for those of you that are also followers of Inspired Motherhood, Tenchi already explained what she's going to be doing business-wise. And we're going to be having presentations all over the place. Our idea, and probably this is like magical, like Tenchi was mentioning before, our idea is announcing the next spot that we're going to be showcasing at beforehand. So we can create a little bit of expectation in terms of what we're bringing to each particular community. And we're going to find ways to give back to the community as well. So that is going to be subject for another episode, but let's just leave it there. And then Maria Gabriela Mandolfo is saying, Tibor Luisito dice, acá un Sprinter van conversion. No sé qué Carrizo habla. Well, a Sprinter van conversion, a Sprinter is just those minivans, no, those vans that are full size, and then they have like an extra top on top of them. So it's ideal for couples, or for, I will say maximum 3 people, or a couple with a pet, something like that. So for us it's 4. I wouldn't use I wouldn't use a Sprinter for 4 people, especially our kids being so active. They are definitely a handful. And yes, I know, Maria Gabriela, what you're talking about. I've seen them, and I have friends that like those Sprinters to convert them and make them, ready for travel. So it takes a little bit of research and whatnot. And I've been very, very lucky to have the support of people that is way more knowledgeable than me in mechanics, engineering. One of them is just watching the show right now, Daniel Avellaneda. I went to his place not so long ago, and he was explaining a little bit of how the mechanics of the engine works when you are pulling for a very long period of time. It's not the same like going 1 week or 1 weekend in the summer, or 2 or 3 or 4 weekends in the summer, than doing this full time. So if you guys are interested in learning more about this, let's just chat about it. I'm happy to share the things that we've researched so far. I'm totally new to this, but I can point you towards appropriate resources. There are Facebook groups, and people are like ready to help out. No way, I'm not gonna like that. Yeah, so thank you for all your comments. I am so happy. I'm so happy to be here today sharing with you guys all the story. And I think I need to put a little bit of a pause and go back to the things that we consider important. And I think I need to reflect upon that, because when we started selling stuff away, we were a little bit scared, and very decisively we started with things that were going to be very noticeable. So you know how in every household, typically all the meetings start by the bar near the kitchen, like the countertop and whatnot. So that was the very first item that I put on sale. Our bar stools, gone. So suddenly every time you're going to the kitchen and you're going to sit for a little while and, I don't know, take notes or make a sandwich or something like that, boom, you have no place to sit. That's very symbolic, because every time you go from the master bedroom, you go downstairs and you want to do stuff, oh, they are not there. So it's a constant reminder that this is really, really, really happening. So that's a little bit of a Jedi mind trick to help us remember that things are in motion. Yes, and then she said, and I almost cry. Yes, dear, you almost did. So it had to happen in a certain way, right? So we all have different processes. Tenchi was processing this from an emotional level, and I was like, okay, I feel like I'm first gear, second gear, third gear. Okay, I need to move. Like, we need to stop thinking about it, and we need to start doing it. And I was not ready 2 weeks ago to start spreading the news, but now that I'm starting to figure out how we're gonna do to keep our clients happy, to keep the pipeline of work full, and allowing ourselves to do this from a distance, I am ready now to share this story with you guys. Now, if you want to watch something else that is kind of funny and a little bit cute, I found a video from that February of 2020 when we went to the RV show here in Calgary at the BMO, the exhibition center where many of the bigger exhibitions in city occur. So I found a video where Nico is touring one of the units. So come with me and let's watch this short video. There you go. ¿Ah? La podemos imprimir, sí. A ver, te voy a sacar aquí otra por si acaso. Chan, chan, chan. Listo. Ahora, muéstrame el resto. Anda. Show me the bedrooms. Oh, that part was in Spanish, but yeah. I'm following you.
You'll
get
it.
Forgot the kitchen. What happened here?
This is the kitchen.
What happened with the sink?
You have to lift something up, and then you see the sink.
Okay, what else? Microwave, check.
And
Oven, check.
check. Ooh, one little oven.
Fridge, check. What is this?
The bathroom.
Bathroom?
And this is the bed.
Think I fit there?
I think. Think.
Is that a secret passage?
Nope. Oh, come on. Has a little.
Water installation.
Yeah.
All right. Now, go from here to the front. Ta-da!
Attention dealers, we have a lady who has lost her vehicle keys inside a unit, or
Ándale.
we believe it's in a unit.
So yeah, that's the unit that we were showing before in the pictures. So that was a short little video that I found from February last year. So it's been a whole year since we put that seed into the ground, into the soil, and made it flourish, made it bloom somehow. So these are the plans. I am excited to have you guys all on board. I'm so happy. Marucha here, she's tuning in, and she's one of our business partners and collaborators. So I am producing one of the shows that they are broadcasting every Monday. Every Monday evening, I collaborate with Aquí Entre Nos, one of the shows that I'm helping produce. And they are doing an excellent job because they make their due diligence every week. They prepare the topics, they prepare the pictures, and I'm telling you this for a reason. I'm telling you this because there are so many ways that we can create and co-create subjects, topics, episodes, even series and seasons, right? So it really doesn't matter that we're going to be in a geographical distance for an amount of months, like for 2 seasons or so, because, and this is the other thing, we're gonna be back around the fall, by the end of the fall or something like that, before the cold hits in or kicks in, to make more filming sessions on location. So say that you are over the fence because you say, oh, maybe I'm going to go and I'm going to wait until you're back, or you're not decided. So my advice to you is, let's get the conversation started. Let's see what we can do together, and let's plan for a whole season. So if you see, perhaps other videographers are going to be offering you single videos. I always think on the bigger picture, and probably thinking of an entire series or an entire season. If you are looking forward to do that, we can definitely make it happen. So if you're on the fence and you are not decided yet, send us a line. Our email is right on the screen at the bottom, podcast@familyfilmmaker.ca. That's one of the things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be working as remote producers, and all of these kind of technology and all the graphics and the inserts and the possibility to put music, like background music, photographies, videos that are pre-recorded, all of that we can do with you and for you. So here I have a comment from Ten. She's saying, in the process, co-create a better world where everyone gets to share the gift they were born with. This is so important. I've been working on this industry for so long, and I've worked for so many different ideas and industries and different markets, like from music festivals all the way to parliament sessions in a foreign language, in Dutch. And I've made family films. I've made live streaming broadcasts on weekly basis. I've helped projects for not-for-profit organizations. So what I'm trying to say here is that the sky is the limit when we are co-creating, but the fundamental of it is doing it from your heart. The best way that you as a business owner will connect truly with your audiences is going to be when we drop all of the unnecessary layers. You know, I was just talking to one of my clients this morning in one of our consulting sessions. We were so tired of the model of a small little company that tries to look bigger just to get bigger clients and, you know, wearing ties and all of that. The time for that is over. We are in a different kind of economy right now. And what Tenchi just mentioned about bringing your gifts forward and offering your gifts to the world to make this a better place is way more sound, is way more powerful compared to the things that the companies used to do in the years before or decades ago. Hi, Ninoska. Greetings all the way to Florida to you. We miss you. Hey, maybe we're going to go across the country and find you over there. Éxito, amigo. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you, dear. Ninoska is the godmother to our youngest, to Sebastian. So I'm happy to see you here, my friend. We went to school together. We went to high school together a couple of years. So many different stories to share with you guys. So in a nutshell, what we've covered today is the reason why we are embarking on this new adventure. More or less a little bit of a timeline, and very important, like last but not least, as they say, the things that we can do together with you, the one that is watching this show or listening to this podcast later on audio platforms like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor FM, and whatnot. So I want to leave you with this. Oh, I didn't know that. She's your kid's both godmother, is she? That's right. Yes, to your question, Ivan, when does the adventure start? The adventure started already when we started selling everything or pretty much everything. The road adventure will begin as soon as we get our pickup truck. So, hi, Angeline. As soon as we get our pickup truck, and we are just talking to people that are more knowledgeable than us in terms of mechanics and, you know, how many, like all of those things, the torque, the horsepower, the strength of the engine being diesel versus gas, and all of those technical details. So greetings all the way from Calgary to Airdrie, because we have Angeline Martinez here. She's one of our friends and also customer. We were so happy to make one of our Letter to My Children film for Angeline and Angeline's family. Now the boss is saying here mid-March, beginning of April. So that's a very, very definitive answer to your question, Tocayo, because basically we need to wait until the roads are a little bit more clear of snow. I have never driven a trailer in my life before, so I don't want to mix that fact with the fact of the pass through the mountains being totally frozen. So I want to take it slowly, and probably we're gonna end up stopping by the Okanagan Lake and Kelowna and all of the beautiful destinations that Western Canada has. So if you guys had any hot tips, yes, darling, you're the boss. You're my chief financial officer, chief executive officer, and much more. And you're the love of my life. I hope you guys are reading here at the top. For those of you that are on the podcast, my wife is sending me love and hearts and happy, smiley, crazy faces over the live chat that we always put here at every episode of Papapreneur. So I don't know if I finished answering your question, Ivan, but certainly Tenchi did. So unless you guys have another question, do you have like 10 more seconds to drop it in the comments box for us to wrap it up and to round up before we say goodbye. And let's see, Marinés is saying, let the adventure begins. My best wishes for you guys. Thank you, love. So Marinés and I went to school together, and she is very fond of, catching up, even though we're not talking every day. I'm glad to see you here, Marinés. And yes, of course, absolutely. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the good wishes. We're so excited to embark on this adventure. So as I was saying before, just before we go, if you guys have any extra last minute question, we're going to be driving a vehicle, and the vehicle is going to be towing our trailer. Our trailer is not the Mercedes-Benz, because we just decided to go on a 24 feet trailer. And then can you imagine that? How far will you get? I mean, should I wait at you at Cancun? Well, that should be a nice adventure. I don't know what's going to happen with the borders. So as soon as the borders open up, we will regroup and redefine the adventure. That's gonna be like phase 2 of this adventure. And I was saying, we have this 24 feet trailer. We're going to connect it to our pickup truck, which we haven't bought quite yet. I was just talking to a couple of dealerships today, and I've been doing it for the last week. We're gonna end up following the advice of Carlitos Chavez, a friend of ours, and another friend of ours, Lonnie Zier. So he is a professional truck driver, and he has hauled so many things. So basically, in a nutshell, not to bore you with the details, we're going to be choosing 2500 from Ram or F250, because the 150 is not gonna be enough for the constant effort of hauling. So we could do it, but it's gonna be too close to the maximum load of capacity, if that makes any sense. So let me see. 27. Yeah, it's not a 24, it's a 27 feet. And then no, the one that Luisito said. Well, let's see about that, friend. Let's share some pictures. And in the meantime, the CFO of the company is saying we will start in Canada first. We will see later where this adventure takes us. So, yeah. With all of this in mind, it's been an enormous pleasure chatting with you all, guys, tonight. It's been a remarkable adventure and the beginning of the adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed my little tour of the garage. So a little bit of advertisement there of the items that we're still selling. Grisel, rest assured, the coffee maker is yours. Also for Igor, for your son, the thread mill, consider it sold. We're not even posting it. Vanessa, if you're watching, the shoe rack is waiting for you. Oh, Vanessa bought one of my cameras. Can you believe it? So if you're starting to see a little bit of, let me move this. If you're starting to see a little bit of empty spaces on the bookshelf there, it's because I'm selling some of my camera gear. I should have said this at the beginning of the show, because I'm putting together the electronics that I'm taking with me and some electronics that I need to keep here in Calgary for the next season, and then some others that I have duplicated or triplicated and put into sale. So if you guys are, like, for example, Angeline, I know she is all about some camera gear and stuff, keep an eye peeled on my commerce profile. I'm gonna do my best to put the link in the comments below, so you guys can have access to all the other stuff that we're selling. And I'm only doing it on Facebook, because if I go Facebook and Marketplace, I'm gonna have to update everything together, and it's gonna be like a little bit more of time invested. So I need to be careful of the time we're using prior to departure. So thanks a lot, all of you. I'll be following with you, Tocayo, and let's think about some collaboration about living on the road. Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna think about that, and the model is being fine-tuned and tweaked as we go. So I'll keep you guys updated. María Gabriela, un abrazo grande. Big hugs. Grisel, que Dios los bendiga. God bless. Amen. Thank you. I love you guys all. Thank you very much for all of your support. I'm going to leave it till here because we are in the markup of time. It's 8:50 and I made the, how do you say that? The intention to leave it at 50 minutes for you guys. So I love you all. Thank you very, very much. And I will see you guys next week for another episode, with another episode of Papapreneur Show. Changing the paradigm of fatherhood, one interview at a time. Good evening, guys. Bye for now. And where is my intro? Roll. No roll. Whatever happened with the
Family Filmmaker.